Hi everyone! It's a continuation of my previous video. I wanted to summarize my impressions after the first 7 months and more than 1300 kilometers of driving Model 3 long range 2021 model. So I already did a video about all the issues I've had with the car, and now before listing all the things I love about this car, I want to be picky and list all my dislikes. I like my car and I recommend it to everyone. Feel free to use my referral link somewhere in the description. So now dislikes. What can I add about dislikes? We'll try to order them from major to minor based on my subjective judgment. And major criteria is where I get complaints from my passengers, from my family. So, passenger left in the car is actually doomed for boredom due to main screen, music and AC turning off, and he is left for the mercy of a car alarm. Any movement or even an external noise can be a trigger of alarm. So you have to turn on the camp mode manually on the screen to preserve comfort of the passenger, and there is no way to turn on the camp mode via the phone app. Even a passenger with a phone key in the car is not guaranteed to keep screen and air conditioner on. Now my wife has to open the door and then the screen lights up. She has to connect manually her phone to the Tesla to keep the lights on. Maybe this is caused by the fact that my phone is being set as a priority device. I don't know. This should in theory be easy to implement, but it's not. So passenger without active phone key left by the driver inside will get alarm activated if sentry mode is on. Definitely an area for improvement. Okay, so front seats may not work for everyone. Women, even with average height, may have issues to find a comfortable position at the passenger seat, even in the front seat. My wife has not been able to find such a position. There is no extendable hip support in the seat cushion, and angle of the seat cushion regulation is kind of limited. And angle of standard cushion is only optimal when passenger can reach the footrest area, so that's the place where the battery ends. But this requires to move the seat to the front, and if feet cannot reach footrest area, passenger ends with unnaturally high knees position, and this is not the most comfortable way to follow on travels. And when my wife configures the seat for fine, like okay position for her, next passenger, which is my adult daughter, sits into the car and messes this up. Passenger seat memory function is promised by Elon, but I'm sharing today's state of things. Okay, passenger lumbar support helps, at least for my wife. She liked this function, but it's reported to be gone in newer cars, so I don't know. Rear seat cushion is quite low and deep. Backrest is quite reclined back to make more headroom for tall passengers, but there is no possibility to change recline of backrest in Model 3. As a result, short passengers fall too low and head much lower than the headrest, and the seat belt is pressing the neck, and they having difficulties to get out of the car due to absence of handles above the door, because we have sophisticated airbags here all the way, and it's a standard feature. Okay, so the rear seat appears to be the perfect place for mother-in-law, but I have to pass regards to Elon every time when she tries to get out of the car desperately because of the absence of this rear of these handles. Apparently seat comfort is much better in Model Y, but I haven't tried it yet. There is no front bumper camera, so you have to rely on parking sensors and your eye, and you can risk to damage your front bumper while parking too close. There is no rear wiper. Backup camera helps very much, and yeah, acceleration, sharp acceleration helps to get rid of the water. And about the rear camera, it doesn't have a washer because it can get dirty, because it's not been hidden somewhere during the driving, and you need to wash it manually. That's, I don't know why. It's easy to implement a washer for the rear camera. Okay, autopilot and speed limits. So speed limits are currently based on two things: how the car reads the speed limits. Based on the map settings, it's hard-coded into the map, and you get updates of the map from time to time, and based on the reading of the signs on the road. But both approaches are not optimal for, at least in Eastern Europe, because in Europe crossroads automatically cancel speed limits, and car continues to drive with the lower speed limits after the crossroads here in Europe, so it angers drivers who are behind you. Also, you get historical speed limits which are left in the map, and when car cannot see them, it still implements lower speed. And actually, I cannot force the car to go more than 10 kilometers per hour over the speed limit under the autopilot, which is kind of annoying when the limit is not there, but fine for the rest of the trip. So in basic autopilot, it's annoying to reactivate it all the time when you need to overtake on the highway. Automated overtakes are the paid part of enhanced autopilot or full self-driving. But even with full self-driving, when you paid a lot of money, it still requires you to confirm each such maneuver by turn signal and movement of the steering wheel. So yeah, this function is not great in Europe yet. Autopilot is sometimes too hard on brakes, and recently I got it braking due to pedestrian crossing the street behind our car while we were moving forward. It kind of fears the cyclists, bikers and big trucks, because these are prone to unpredicted maneuvers, and I understand this. But in rare cases it also brakes into phantom braking, so it brakes on due to strange readings from the radar, and I have experienced this few times when driving under the bridge or if curved road is equipped with the safety barriers. I don't know if a standard autopilot will get improvements coming from vision-only full self-driving system soon, but I hope so. Okay, the wheels. 18-inch wheels are too big in my humble opinion. I've already scratched 2 rims on the left side, so car brush. And when I test driven the car in Tesla, it had car brush on all 4 wheels. So yeah, you have to accept it. And if you have bigger wheels, it gets even worse. New LED headlights. New LED headlights are great. High beams allow you for safe driving through the forest full of wild animals at night. And yeah, I will show you some fragments. But still, these lights lack the cornering or matrix effect functions. Apparently, some German companies hold patents for this matrix function. And these lamps are capable for doing this, but we are waiting for, I don't know, new technology which can circumvent the patent. I don't know. And due to closed front part of the car, you will see all bugs that smash into your car at speed. That's particularly because my cruising speed, for example, is 150 km per hour on the Autobahn, and also partially because all killed bugs left outside and not buried inside your radiator. Trip planner of the Tesla has no information about third-party chargers, at least on the routes for Poland. Even when I visited and saved some charges, they will be ignored during route planning, and there will be no possibility to activate battery preconditioning on the way to such charger. There is no Eastern European languages in the navigation, so it's I'm fine with using an English language, I don't have Ukrainian, for example, language in Tesla at all. But when I hear very strange pronunciation of the Polish street names, it's really weird. It disorients sometimes me during the navigation. I would like to have correct pronunciation of Polish streets, even if the navigation is in English. There is no navigation along, for example, non-Tesla core countries, non-EU countries. Like, for example, I cannot navigate to Ukraine, to any city in Ukraine. It just not only because there is no superchargers, navigation system just tells me it cannot plan the route for me. There is no dumb or simple non-radar controlled cruise control in a Tesla. Maybe due to safety reason, maybe for other reasons, but the thing is, when this autopilot is radar guided, when it was radar guided last winter and I had a trip during a blizzard, radar unfortunately quickly gets blocked, and I don't have any more autopilot. I don't have any more autopilot and the cruise control, so I have to drive manually all the time. It becomes more stressful. In the winter, when you have a salty dirt on the road, when you use special winter windscreen cleaner, wipers may not be enough to clean the windscreen. It will not become fully transparent, or you will have some remainings of this dirt. Also, autopilot cameras may become foggy and may be blocked due to this during the wet weather. It's a temporary thing, and you should just wait while the AC will purge the humidity outside of your car. So what I haven't mentioned, but others are keeping saying all the time: soundproofing. I have polled my family and we all agree that there is no issue with soundproofing. Noise level is higher on the rear seat, yes, but we are talking about 150 kilometers per hour driving on the highway, and it's not a problem. You can still drive, and we are talking between front and rear seats, no problem. Also, I think that acoustic glass on the front windows helps and reduces some frequencies. Okay, ride comfort, due to sporty suspension, it's apparently low according to some reviewers, but I've decided to stay with standard 18-inch wheels, and ride comfort is good based on my family's feedback. Automatic wipers, okay for me actually. Well, I see modes when they will not work great, where I need to activate them manually, so I can do this easily via stalk or even using the voice command. So yeah, area of the camera is heated, and that's why small water droplets may disappear very quickly. Okay, no traditional buttons, or almost no traditional buttons and knobs. And I was happy to lose this. Car is so smart that you don't need these buttons. More I will tell in the next episode. And what is available is enough. Range. Well, range is not an issue at all. No range anxiety for me and my family. We are after this half a year. So car estimates range very accurately. Even it has even adapted to my standard cruising speeds of 150 kilometers per hour on the highway, and it predicts range like within plus minus 1% accuracy. Realistic range is 25-30% lower compared to WLTP figures, but that's true actually for all cars. Slow charging. Slow charging compared to 2019 Model 3 cars. It's not an issue based on real life scenarios. I've got like 15-20 minutes supercharging stops during my trips, and I would not notice 1 or 2 minutes difference anyway. And also, you know, due to lower consumption, you have to charge less energy, so it's kind of evens out. A lot of people say that there is no CarPlay or Android Auto. Yes, there is no such a thing, because built-in infotainment system is very good. It's actually the best in class, and I came to conclusion that I don't need Apple CarPlay or Google Auto. It's actually possible to cast your phone screen on a Tesla screen, but why bother? You know, navigation is good actually. So no head-up display option in Tesla. It's not a fighter plane, and Tesla makes references rather to spaceship instead. So really, you need to pay attention on the road, and I never had regrets about not having a head-up display. Also, there is no speedometer behind the wheel, same as for head-up display. Even though third-party head-up displays and speedometers are available, I don't see a reason to buy it. It's comfortably, you know, the speed information is comfortably placed on your side of the screen, and it's very convenient to use. Yeah, one more thing is heated steering wheel. There was no heated steering wheel in Tesla's Model 3s like since 2017, but now when you order a Tesla, now you get a heated steering wheel for long range and performance as a standard option. So this is not an issue anymore. What else? And a lot of people ask me about ventilated seats. So they say, okay, but Kia or Skoda has an option to buy a ventilated seat, but Tesla doesn't. And I must say that it's not an issue. I don't have a sweaty back when driving a Tesla. Maybe because I use AC from my application before starting to drive. Maybe because I don't drive with my windows down, and I just use air conditioner all the time on auto. So yeah, maybe this would be nice to have, but it's definitely not a must-have option for Tesla. And yes, that seems to be everything to mention about dislikes for Tesla Model 3 2021 model. And if this video was informative for you, please press like and subscribe. I ask you to subscribe because most of my viewers are not subscribed, and this motivates me and helps my hobby. All videos are sorted into playlists based on the language, so yeah, you can navigate easily. Next part will be about what I love about my Tesla. So see you in the next one. Bye.